Dude, thank you so much for coming on.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm glad to be here. Because the thing is, in the world positive, that's what I want to be. I'm tired of, but for instance, take this microphone right here. Every time I was in front of a microphone, I was like, Leona, I'm sorry. Please don't give me 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. Now I'm in front of a microphone telling my story. Just like the officer, I might be able to save people from doing mass crime. So it's an honor to be here, Kevin.
When did that shift happen where it went from doing bad to now wanting to help people?
When my mother passed.
What year was that?
2007. She died from an overdose of cocaine, substance abuse, and alcohol. And I think me seeing my mother lay on that slab or cocaine come out her nose just did something to me. Because now I had to tell my 5 siblings, Mama ain't never coming back again. So that was kind of hard for me.
Was your mom your best friend? This show is sponsored by Open Recovery Addiction Help. Whether you're newly sober, in long-term sobriety, or even maybe looking to make a change in your life, Open Recovery offers 24/7 support right from your phone. It's anonymous and packed with tools to help you stay connected, stay accountable, and build the life you deserve. Download the Open Recovery Addiction Help app today and take the next step in your recovery journey.
Best friend, that was my baby, man. Even though she went through drugs her whole life, see, people need to understand is your mother, your queen. No matter what she do, that's your queen. Her son to protect her at all costs because you only get one. And I just hope the story that I have for me and her will save millions and millions and millions of lives. But yes, that was my best friend.
Where did you grow up?
Tampa, Florida.
What was early childhood like?
Oh, man, at first, be honest, when I came out, though, I was probably 3 months. I was given up at 3 months. My mother loved her father to death. But a child was caught up in a love triangle. I had my father, the name was Jose, and a dude named Rodney. So Rodney was married. Jose was a ladies' man. My mother got caught in a triangle. So Rodney told my mother, hey, I'm married. I want to be with you. My father, hey, I have plenty of women. I don't want to be with you. Now guess who left? Me. So at 3 months, my mother told me, just what my family tell me. I'm crying one day and she say, shut up, you black bastard. It's because of you, none of my boyfriends don't want me. So my grandfather heard her say that and say, pack your shit. My bad.
No, you can curse, you're good.
Pack your shit. But leave that black bastard there. So I didn't know what the magnitude of him telling her that will cause when he passed. Because when he passed, she really took it to me for us like abuse, not feed me. That's why my book's so important for viewers to read, because I faced adversity at 3 months. And I'm here now speaking to you now. So
you said 5 siblings?
yeah, my mama has 7 kids.
7 kids.
Yeah, 7. I'm the second oldest. But like I said, I knew my mother was going through things in the early state of her lifespan. And her kids became my kids, if that makes sense.
Yeah. You were looking over your siblings at a very young age.
Yeah.
So you're taking on a very big responsibility at such a young age.
Yeah, I was robbing and stealing just to feed them at a young age. Yeah, look, I was paying bills at 12 years old. I didn't have a chance to live my life. You know, I was going to juvenile and then programs, prison. So I never got a chance really to live my life at all.
What was your first run-in with the law and what happened?
My mother had sold all the food stamps and my brothers and was hungry. So I went in, we had a store in Tampa called You Save. So I went in the store. Now, this is my first time stealing, so I don't know what I'm doing. I took like a slab of ribs, put it in my pants. So I'm walking out the store, and the lady like, hey, you bleeding, sir? I said, young man, you bleeding. I know it's in my pants, so I'm trying to get out. So it's a trail of blood coming through the aisle because the ribs bleeding. So the dude like, hey, the guard said, come here, why you bleeding? I'm like, no, I'm okay. So when he grabbed me, he filled the slab of ribs. And they took me in the back, and I said, listen, man, we hungry. I'm sorry for stealing. Could you not lock me up? And if I ever meet that guy, I'm gonna tell him thank you because he did not lock me up. He understood my story.
Yeah.
So yeah.
You were just a kid in need.
Yeah, I was 11 at that. I was 11. I started stealing at 11. Started paying bills at 12.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
What was high school like?
I never got a chance to join high school. I was too busy trying to pay bills. So I never got a chance to live. I lived for my siblings. And I never got a chance. This might be the only chance if I leave the earth to live. Like, because I feel like this might be my calling. So at first I'd be so mad at life. I'm not anymore because I'm around great people. I got a chance to meet you, so, you know. But it was just upsetting to know I couldn't be a teenager. I couldn't be a young adult. That was snatched from me. So, yeah.
You mentioned before you went to Juvie.
Right.
What happened there?
Well, when I went to Juvie, I wasn't really mad because I know what I'm in here for. What I used to do, I used to break in cars, steal radios, sell them to the pawn shop, pay the furniture bill, pay the rent, pay the light bill. So I wasn't really mad I went to Juvie, man. I knew I was in there for, but the only thing I was mad about is, and I get mad, but I know I did it for the right reason. I should break in cars to buy drugs to give to my mother. So I think about it, but I think at the time I done the right thing because now she ain't selling her body at the time because I'm keeping it in the house. But when I go to jail, that's when things go down because now she got to sell her body to get drugs. So,
jail was after juvenile?
Well, juvenile, jail. Well, juvenile is the same thing.
But it's underage jail.
Yes, yes, programs, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So when you were going to Juvie, were you learning different kind of tricks and trades?
I didn't have time to learn. My thing to get out, tend to my duties. My duties were taking care of the household. So a trade, I couldn't concentrate. I'm not gonna lie. That's just like school. I ain't go to school to learn. I went to school to eat. And that's a messed up feeling, but yeah, people like, I had a great day at school. No, that wasn't my case. I went to steal stuff out the lunchroom, to sit by the garbage, so the kids didn't want it, I put it in my book bag. So learning was no priority for me. That's why I tell people, man, don't take things for granted. I ain't go to school to learn. I went to school to eat. It's a big difference. So, yeah.
So you become an adult, 18, 19 years old. It's after high school.
Right.
What are you doing with your life at this point?
Still paying bills, still selling drugs, still robbing. See, the older I got, my mother got worse. Because like the drugs took a turn. It was less drugs and more chemicals. So now the effect it having on my mother is totally different. So now and then, like how bills are these days, bills start rising. The price of things started rising back then. So I got to step my criminal activity up to keep up with these bills. Cause like I was paying bills since 12. Only time I wasn't paying bills now, get caught, I'm in jail. That's the only time I wasn't paying bills. So.
Can you give us examples of your criminal activity heightening? Like what were some of the things you were doing?
The first thing I ever did was, well, besides the store, I think I was 14. A person came to me and say, it's a pedophile in the neighborhood doing certain things. Could I pay you to take care of that situation? $500 in the 90s is a lot of money. And I'm thinking, $500, I could pay the bill for like 3 months, 4 months. So that was the first thing I ever did. I ain't gonna really get in details, but it's some things I won't want my son to know what I done, but when I done, he's no longer here to this day because I feel I did a great deed by doing that because I later found out this same guy was tricking with my mother. I had an evil spirit going on. I told everybody who tricked my mother, I was gonna get them. Some way or another, I was gonna get them. Cause it was plenty of times she kicked it. And I'm not saying it's their fault, but I'm saying it's their fault. Cause you didn't have to come, send my mother drugs. So I was just all over the place at that time.
Were you arrested for that?
No.
Okay.
Back then, they didn't care about project kids, project things. They didn't care about that. As long as you keep in the projects, that's all we really care about. Don't take it outside the projects. So no, I was never arrested.
So when was your first major charge?
Kidnapping.
Can you tell us a story about what happened?
Yeah, I could tell. I went to prison for it. Well, I didn't go to prison for it. I had did some time for it. My mother was about to get kicked out so many times. And we needed money to pay the bills. They took my mother's car. And at every particular time, she was trying to kick her habit. So I heard her crying. I was like, Mom, where's the car? They took it. I had money to pay for it. And I kind of looked at her eyes. I knew she had got back on drugs. So as her knight in shining armor, I picked my piece up and go committed a crime. I was walking, it was in Nucio. It's an area in Tampa called Nucio. I walked from Tampa, College Hill to Nucio. That's probably like a 8 hour, about 7 miles, 8 miles walk from there to there. I just knew this dude had a lot of money inside the store. I went in the store. Yeah, granted, man, I'm so small. I don't know how I made it out. So I went in there, I was like, hey, man, listen, I need $800 right now. I don't want to do what I'm finna do. Give me $800. He said, bro, I'm not finna give you my money. I said, man, just please, bro. I need $800. And before he said it, I hit him with the pistol, jumped across the register, or the counter, and I went in the, he had like a little box. So, but when I jumped across the box, my fingerprints was on the counter. So I got like $1,000, paid the rent. 2 months later, came and picked me up. They sent me to a program for it. That was my first. Because you got to look, when kidnapping, by me taking him and moving him out of the way, I think 2-3 feet, that's kidnapping. Because I moved him against his will. So I did, I probably did like a year and a half in accounting for that. I was still a juvenile. And I went to the program for it too. So that was my first real charge I got caught for, was kidnapping and robbery.
So you get out of the state prison or state jail?
No, county jail. And I went to a program.
Okay.
So yeah, that's all one sentence.
So you get out of the program.
Right.
Do they have any rehabilitation for you? Do you straighten up at all? What happens from there?
Well, the program was supposed to help me out, but look, when it came to my mother, wasn't no, because you got, look, back then, we paid $5 an hour. Her bill probably like $1,500. If I work, I might make $600, cause like $200 a week back then after taxes, but that's $650, $700. I ain't had time to none of that there. I had to pay bills, and like I say, that's my baby. And if I have to do it all over again, I will.
So, are you running with the same crowds as well? Once this all kind of happens, or?
I don't need to.
Because
God really put me around the right people. Because one day I just woke up and say, I want to be a mentor. I said, I want to be a mentor. I called the place and they told me to come in. And when I came in, I met Malcolm. I met Corn. So the crowd I run with now, I don't need to, man. My life is like saving people right now. I don't need that crowd no more. That old crowd, if I could talk to them now, I'll try to save them too. Because really, if you look at it, it was me. I was so driven to taking care of my household. I corrupted a lot of people. It was my ways, not theirs. So I got a lot of people in trouble because I was trying to save my mother at the same time. You do strange things when you love someone. For a long time, I said, God, take me. Bring her back. But I was the one that corrupted them guys. I'm taking full responsibility. And if they ever see this, I want to tell their mother, I want to tell them, I'm sorry for what I done. So yeah, I no longer run the same crowd, but I was the one that ruined lives. They were just following me. So it should be they not running with me no more. Not that I'm running with them because I corrupted them. So,
what year was this when you met all them?
I'm talking about who? Talking about?
Yeah. When you changed your life and you turned everything around.
When I met them, it was this year. Quan and Malcolm was this year, and I was just praying. I was tired of being tired of doing things that weren't gonna get me nowhere. I wrote the book 2024, and God wouldn't let it get where I wanted to get because I wasn't living right. So I got on my knees one day and asked God, show me, because I need to get this story out. And like I said, I went to the mentorship, and met them. And my life been turning ever since.
Well, I think there's a huge gap that we kind of jumped over here.
Right.
Was there, can you walk us through there was Was there a life sentence you were facing as well at one
2
point?
times.
Can you walk us through what
The
had
life
happened?
sentence was when the first one, when I was a juvenile. Like when I did the kidnapping.
Oh, you were facing up to a life sentence?
Yeah. Because you got to look, that's armed kidnapping.
Got it.
Armed robbery. And I disarmed the firearm I shot in the roof. That was a PBL. That was punishment by life.
Oh.
So I guess that I don't listen. I don't know why God give me these chances, but it went from life, 25 years, so they gave me 8 years total. I don't know how. And then the second one, when I did a drive-by.
Can you walk us through that story?
Oh man, that was great. That was like some Western John Wayne type of stuff there. We all in the field, me and my homeboy, we just chilling. So my homeboy pull up and say, "Man, they tried me. I'm on demon time all the time." Yeah, where they at? They come get me. It's a street called 40th in Tampa. So when they come get me, I try to find the biggest gun I have. I actually want to do something violent to someone, and my choice of people today, they finna get this. It was like a 357. I went and got a 357. I know when this hit, they're gonna knock a chunk out of anybody I hit with. So when we get there, and it just so happened, when we get there, now granted, my friend told me he got jumped. That's what he sold me. He got jumped. That's why I try to get the biggest, most powerful gun I have. So when we get on 40th Street, the guy, I ain't gonna say his name, because he told him I ain't like that. So when I get on 40th Street, he walking on the side of the road. I'm like, this can't be real. So when I stick my head out, he said, "Listen, man, shut up." I shot him one time in the stomach, one time in the leg. So when I'm still shooting, I'm so small, the 350 like throwing my arm on. So I'm so small, so I'm like 130, and the 370, you gotta really hold and shoot the big gun.
Yeah, the kickback is,
man,
yeah.
So when I'm shooting, like it's throwing my arm, I'm hitting the roof. That's how powerful it is. So they friend, like, it's like I'm shooting here, and like it's another street coming right here. So they hear the shooting. So his friend said, "Man, get from around here, shooting that gun around here. We live right here." So I say, "Man, fuck you. You could get it too." So he said, "Well, bring it." That's all I needed to hear. So now my other friends start shooting at them. So we going down a road called Hannah. We going down Hannah. We shooting. But like I said, I'm so small. Every time I kick, it's throwing my arm up. Now he shot. He hollering. We ain't worried about him. We want them now. And I listen, and the only thing I regret is these old people. I'm gonna tell you what happened with that. So we shooting at him. They run a red light. The old people hit him. I jump out. I'm finna dome shot him. That's the only way to do, dome shot him. So when I get out, I ain't really paying attention to the old people that hit them and wrap around a pole. The old lady said, "Baby, please don't kill him. Please, baby, I'm begging you." So to see their situation, I'm so zoned. I just want to just call it. Like, my life from the beginning been so hectic. I just want to just corrupt and do damage to anyone I come in contact with. So I'm from the dome shot her. I don't know how the old lady got out the car who hit the pole. Said, "Baby, please don't shoot him. Please help me and my husband out this car." And to see their condition, when I help them out, the police come in. I said, "I'm gonna catch y'all. When I catch y'all, y'all know what it is." So I get back in the car, go back to College Hill. A day later, my mom called me like, "Baby, where you at?" I said, "I'm chilling. What's going on?" They said, "Listen, the police want to talk to you." I said, "I ain't do nothing. They don't talk to me for. I'm good. Whatever." So I left. They came back again. They got me. So I'm thinking everything, I'm okay. I'm good. I'm a juvenile. Ain't nothing happened to me. I got in that courthouse. First, I plead no contest. I'm not guilty. They say, we're offering a life sentence. No less, no more. I'm going a life sentence. So I sat in the county for around a year and a half fighting that. I beat it because they ain't coming to court. And an old lady came to court, said I wasn't him. Said I was not him. Because remember now, she said, please don't shoot them, baby. Help me and my husband out the car. By me helping them out the car, she came to court and said I wasn't me. That's how I beat that life sentence. That's how I beat that life sentence. I took a bad and made it a good. Because you got to look. The car was so messed up, if I don't yank it open and get him out, the car probably, and the car did stop, it caught on fire after a while. So say if I never did what I did, her husband probably would have been gone at that time. Mm. So they came to court and said that wasn't me. And they let me go. I fought it for a year and a half. Wow. So that's 2 times I facing life sentence. Yeah.
So your mom, she passes away in 2007. It was an overdose?
Yeah, man. Well, how'd I play it out, man? That was crazy, man. Because I was just thinking about that last night. And I was praying, like, I get a chance to talk to her personally. How she overdosed wasn't right. Because I went to baseball camp, hoping to get picked up playing baseball so I could put her in the best rehab possible. My mama came to see me 6 straight days. She never did that. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Thursday, she told me, like, baby, can I talk to you? I said, Mom, what's going on? Yeah, what's going on? She put me to the side like, baby, I want you to start being a better big brother. I'm like, what you mean by that? She said, I'm not all going to be here. I'm like, Mama, what you talking about? What you saying? Like, baby, I need you to step it up. Take care of my sisters, my kids, my family. She said, I don't have pics, but you my star. Once again, baby, I love you. And this where I get emotional when it comes to that there. Before she left, I said, Mama, Taya wants you to be a chauffeur at Larry Park. It's like a Larry Park zoo. She said, baby, okay, just call me in the morning and I'll come over. So I called her. She didn't pick up, so I called my sister's phone. She said, Mama sleep. You want me to wake her up? Now, listen what I'm finna say. She said, Mama sleep. You want me to wake her up? I said, no, let her sleep. Now, if I would have woke her up, she might be still to this day. What was said, at 8 o'clock, she overdosed. I called her, my sister's phone at 6:50. If I would have told my sister to wake my mother up, she probably would have overdosed because she would have been over there at Larry Park Zoo. They said 8 o'clock, she took, I guess, a snort of cocaine and took pain pills. And it busted her heart. When I said let her sleep, I didn't mean eternity. I mean sleep and get up and come see me. So that's why I sometimes blame myself. Because when I said, yeah, wake up, she might still be here. So yeah, I just sometimes take that person that I feel like I could have saved her by telling my sister, wake up. And so yeah.
After losing your mom, what was life like for you right after losing your mom?
I wanted to die. Mm. I ain't care. I want to there's people I want with me. I ain't care. I want to die. I want to die. So many times I put a gun in my head. I was just done. Because you gotta understand, I fought and gave up so much of my life trying to protect her and keep her from embarrassing herself by selling her body. So when she passed, I ain't care about nothing at all. But only thing saved me, she left my siblings. They became my responsibility. And I talk that me and her had. That's the only thing really. Because I went to her grave site. And I never cussed my mother out. But these are the words I said. I said, you're a selfish bitch. For you to just leave me, know how much I love you, I fucking hate you. How you feel right now, I'm in a tombstone. If I go smoke some crack cocaine right now and kill me right now, just to join you to cuss your ass out. You left me with these kids. How the fuck I'm gonna take care of these kids? I did everything you asked me of as a son, and you betrayed me. Only thing I don't know how my grandma knew I was at the grave site. But when she put her arms around me, I thought it was my mother. And I just was crying. She said, baby, this your grandma. Let's go. She gone. She understand. Let's go. You ever love somebody so much that you'll go to war with anybody? That's how it was. I got every motherfucker who sold my mama drugs. I don't give a damn how they feel. I did that shit and it felt fucking good. They get revenge. Them bitches sold my mama drugs. That shit felt good, man. I don't give a fuck who come get me. I did that shit. And I'd do it again, man. I'm sorry, man, but that shit fucking with me. I'm good, though, man. I'm good. My grandma came and got me and took me to the house. I said, she gone, baby. We know how much you care about your mama, man, but she got to take that ride by herself. She can't ride with you no more. And she had told me, my mama pulled me down all the years. I ain't understand that. And she's like, baby, you never lived because you were trying to live for your mama. You can't live for no more. She gone. So, yeah, that's it. My bad, man. I ain't mean it.
No, I couldn't imagine loving someone so much that you were willing to do whatever it took to help them get healthy again.
I tried, man. I put her in rehab. I robbed people, gave her drugs. I did all types of things just to keep her home, man. I did every fucking thing I could have done. Everything. She overdosed almost 3 times. I cleaned her up. I bathed her. I fed her. I did everything I thought I could do to save my mama, man. Everything. That's why I was so emotional, man. And then I had to tell them, my siblings, man, that she ain't never coming back. That was hard. That was hard for me to tell them that she ain't never coming back. So, sorry if I got off topic, man. I'm sorry.
No, I appreciate you sharing that, and thank you for being so vulnerable. Were you ever able to find forgiveness for your mom?
Now. I had to go to a grave site. I found forgiveness when I wrote this book. Because I put everything in the book. So, the day I released that book, that was my therapy. So, that was my biggest thing. When that book released, that therapy, I was able to smile again. And that's why I know this is going to do amazing things for me. Because I told the truth. And I'm no longer mad that how my life ended up at the time. Because I know that book will take me to do great things for me in my lifetime before I leave the earth. So y'all find forgiveness. And like I say, like I feel like every man or every child, every boy should protect their mother the way I protected mine. And I'll do it again. So in my eyes, she never did me no wrong. In my eyes. So
What were some of the things that you were able to implement in your life or tools that you used to help you find forgiveness and peace with the outcome?
when I had my son 2013, I had to live for him. And I was on a Virgin Light, trying to come back to terms that you have somebody carrying your name now. My name was tarnished. Don't tarnish his name. So I think I picked up and started being a man. And I started talking more about my mother and the good things. See, my mother was a great woman before drugs. That's how I remember her. And that's why I continue to remember her. So when I took that part of the bad stuff out and implement and put all the good stuff in, it was easy to forgive her. So when I tell my son stories about my mother, his grandmother, I don't tell him about that part. So it's so easy for me to put a bright light on her for the good things she done for me. And that's why he say a lot of times, I wish I'd have met my grandmother. I wish she would have too. She's a great woman. That's how I got through that
Yeah.
time. Yeah.
Are your grandparents still alive today?
No. My grandmother in 2000. My grandfather died of Lou Gehrig disease. My grandma died from cancer, smoking cigarettes, 2016. And that was hard too. Because sometimes death come in threes. It come in threes. And I just knew, because sometimes God will take the leaders out your life for you to become a leader. And that's what he done for me. He took my leaders out of my life for me to become a leader. Now I'm ready to lead now. So that's where I'm at with it.
So tell us a little bit about your life today. You live a very full life, helping others. How did you fully get to that point? Because I feel like there are different phases in healing process when we change, when we become a better person. There are different phases. And when you start helping other people, that is like the fully blossomed flower.
Right.
How did you become that?
Every time somebody smile, if I do something nice, if I say good morning, or I say thank you, or I say ma'am, or I say mister, every time somebody smile, that's my healing process. Because now I feel like I'm a wholesome guy now that do great things. Like if I'm at a store and see somebody short $1 or $3, and I say, no, I got it. And once they smile, that's a healing process. Or I call Malcolm and say, man, I'm glad my life changed. If he smiled, that's a healing. Meeting you, that's a healing. Meeting Cora, that's a healing. Everything I do with positive is a healing to me. So that there alone tell me I would never go back to doing criminal activities again. It's just not in me right now. Whatever, ever. So it's to the point, man, you could drop me in Jupiter. As long as some kids I could speak to, I'm there. Just pay me in food.
Yeah.
And I'm good.
With no expectations in return.
Because I'm here. I'm still alive, man. That's payment good enough for me. I'm not in prison for the rest of my life. That's payment good enough for me. So the payment that I'm getting paid is that I'm here on this earth to tell my story. So what better payment than that? So I'm grateful.
What is, I feel like a lot of people, when they change their lives and they become a better person, they have a community around them.
All right.
How have you built that community over time?
Be honest with you, just prayer. I've been praying for better people. I prayed for better surroundings. And so far, man, it's great. I can ask for better people around me. And first thing I had to do, get them something to believe in. Not my book, not my story. They believed in me as a human being first. Now they could see, because some people go by energy. I gave out good energy because I was working on me and they seen that. Now my community around me is great. They give me positive words. Keep going, it's gonna happen. God gonna bless you. Just keep going. So my community is great.
What's your connection like with God?
Oh man, it's wonderful. It's like, I ain't gonna lie, growing up, I was like, man, fuck God. I'm gonna be real with you.
Yeah.
Man, fuck God. Look at my predicament. Look where I'm at. I'm starving. He took my mother, my father, my grandfather, my grandmother. What the fuck can you give? What else can you do to me? But I start asking what he could do to me and what he could do for me. So it's what you got to ask him. So I said, God, tell you what. Don't do nothing for me. What can I do for you? And he showed me what I could do for him and started doing it. My world started to blossom. Because we're going to really start getting calls to hear the story. So God been amazing. Amazing for me. Amazing to me, for me, and the people around me. So, yeah.
If you could give one piece of advice to yourself, to the person who's listening right now, who is in your shoes, let's say at like 12, 13 years old, or the younger self,
Right.
what piece of advice would it be?
Believe in God. Trust the process. Because he ain't going to come when you want him to. He going to come when you really need him. Because there's many people in this world went through worse things than I did and still came out to be successful. I ain't trusting him. So he had to show me. Since you ain't trusting me, I'm going to let you go through this fire by yourself. Now, once you trust in me, I'm going to pull you out this fire and show you the world. And that's what's going on right now. I'm starting to see the world now. I've never been to Jupiter, Florida. I'm here now because I believe this process. So anybody that went through at a young age what I went through, just believe in God. Stay on your knees. Don't give in. Don't give up. I promise you, He's going to bring you out that fire. So that's what I say about that.
Jupiter's not that bad, huh?
No, I love it.
Golf country.
One day we're going to golf together.
Yeah.
All four of us. I promise you.
Yeah, we got to do it. Well, thank you for coming on. I appreciate it. I appreciate you taking the drive over from Tampa.
Thank you.
Bringing the crew.
Thank you.
Awesome group.
Thank you.
And again, thank you so much. And your book, why don't you give a shout out to this camera right here, the name of your book and where people can find it.
This is an amazing story called Leona Son by Rodney Blair Sr. When I wrote this book, it was my therapy. The key thing is in this book, always obey your parents, obey God. And that's what I'm learning to do now. Even though my parents gone, the thing that installed me the most was God. So Leona Son is a read all, tell all book that I promise you, you're going to love. It's on Amazon. Thank you.
Thanks so much.